Well, if I were to give the elevator speech of NAITS, I would say NAITS is a highly trained, exceptionally dedicated janitorial team. We clean up the messes created when Indigenous people come into contact with Christian educational institutions by creating a program and a framework that is Indigenous designed, developed, and delivered, and that is also Indigenous governed. So it allows us to deliver a theological education that is less likely to be a colonial experience and more likely to affirm Indigenous people in their experience. We are incorporated in Canada, the United States, and Australia, and we deliver theological educational programs in those three countries, as well as for students who come from New Zealand, from the Philippines, and other Indigenous contexts, including Central and South America. In fact, we're the only Indigenous designed, developed, delivered, and governed graduate and postgraduate theological educational institution in Canada, the United States, and Australia. The Elijah Harper Educational Fund came about as a result of my relationship and then Nate's relationship with Elijah Harper. Elijah was interested in education. He was interested in furthering Indigenous people's options and opportunities in life through education. And he thought this was a good thing to do that we were doing with Nate's, and when he passed, so did his wife Anita. So we established the fund to create a resource for students who could ill afford their own tuition.
I have a vision for this country. It is a vision of our people, the First Nations. It is inherent in our traditional values and beliefs. It is inherent in our philosophy, the way we look at life. Above all, it is a vision that acknowledges and embraces the supremacy of God, our Creator.
I encourage you to donate to the Elijah Harper Education Fund because it has a huge impact, not only on our students. I think it's also a way in which the community at large is impacted. I think as we learn from Indigenous theologians and scholars, our worldview expands and our understanding of Scripture deepens, and our relationship with one another. We learn to walk in right relations with one another, but we also learn to walk in right relations with all creation, and to begin to have a deeper understanding of how we are connected and how we need to relate to one another in a more honoring and a respectful way.